The betrayal is now complete. The final admission has been signed in blood, not with ink. It comes not from a critic, not from an opponent, but from the very heart of the machine. The Home Office itself has turned on its masters, laying bare a scandal of such epic proportions that it redefines the meaning of failure. They have squandered billions, not misspent, not miscalculated, squandered. Billions of pounds of your money on a chaotic, broken, and deliberately flawed system of asylum hotels. The numbers are breathtaking. The scale of the deceit is almost impossible to comprehend, but we must comprehend it because you paid for it. This was not an accident. This was a surrender, signed and sealed behind closed doors. Let's go back. It began with contracts, those secret pacts made between the state and the faceless corporations. Contracts the government itself now admits were flawed from the very start. They were never meant to be a temporary stopgap. That was the lie they sold us. In reality, they created a permanent go-to solution that locked the British taxpayer into a financial nightmare. A decade-long asylum accommodation contract, initially valued at £4.5 billion, has more than tripled. It now stands at over £15 billion. Let that number sink in. $15 billion. A black hole of public money, fueled by a dramatic increase in demand they failed to control and a surge in small boat arrivals they refused to stop. And the lie gets deeper. The details of these deals, the ones that are bankrupting our future, are deemed commercially sensitive. So sensitive that even elected ministers, the people supposedly in charge, are not allowed to view them. Who are they protecting? Not you. They are protecting the providers, the hotel chains who were allowed to rake in tens of millions of pounds in excess profits, money that the government's own report says they failed to recoup. A two-tier system has been cemented in this country. A system where your grandmother has her winter fuel allowance cut while a network of unaccountable companies gets rich housing. Illegal migrants. A system where you face a tax hike in the autumn budget to pay for a crisis that was engineered for profit. At its peak in 2023, 56,000 migrants were living in these hotels. As of this June, it's still over 32,000. Each one a symbol of a promise broken, a border surrendered, and a nation betrayed. This is the truth of the system they built. The consequences are not abstract figures in a damning report. They are felt in every town, in every street, in every household, struggling to make ends meet. This is the sound of a country waking up to the con. Billions of pounds of your money gone, wasted on what the government's own cross-party committee of MPs calls a litany of failures. While they tell you there is no money for nurses, no money for schools, no money for police, the cash machine for this chaos never runs dry. While they preach austerity to you, they practice limitless spending for them. And the anger is palpable. It's exploding across social media. It's in the furious headlines. A nation is looking at the bill for its own decline and asking one simple question. How did you let this happen? But the answer is the most chilling part of all. They didn't just let it happen. The evidence suggests they wanted it to happen. It is a business model. A lucrative criminal enterprise, as some now call it, run by criminals for criminals. And you are the unwilling investor. And what is the official response to this treasonous level of incompetence? A pathetic, whimpering statement from a Home Office spokesperson. They talk of taking action, of closing hotels, of slashing costs by £1 billion, a kaput figure against the $15 billion they've already set on fire. They talk of exploring military bases and disused properties, the same tired lines they have been feeding us for years. It is an insult to our intelligence. Their words are meaningless when confronted with the terrifying reality of their failure. Look no further than the case of Hades Kabatu, an illegal migrant, a convicted sex attacker, who was simply allowed to walk free from custody, let loose onto the streets of London. For 45 hours, he was a ghost, a physical embodiment of the state's collapse, a threat to our women and our children made possible by their gross negligence. His recapture is not a success story. It is a warning. The Home Secretary vows he will be deported this week. Do you believe him? Or do you know in your gut that this broken, corrupt asylum system will find a way to fail us again? He'll be back next year with a new name, his documents conveniently lost. And guess what? We will be paying for him to stay in another hotel. This is the confrontation. Their hollow promises versus the violent reality they have created. So the dust settles on the latest revelation, but the damage is done. The 15 billion pound bill isn't going away. It has been loaded onto the backs of you, your children, and your grandchildren. This is no longer about incompetence. That's the excuse of cowards. This is about incentives. There is simply too much money to be made. Powerful insiders, the friends and families of the political class, have their fingers in this very lucrative pie. They have no reason to stop the boats. They have no reason to end the crisis. Every arrival is another entry on their ledger. Every new hotel contract is another payday. This is a managed decline orchestrated for the benefit of a globalist elite who hold nothing but contempt for the people of this country. They are not accidentally allowing this to happen. You don't accidentally create a multi-billion pound industry from a national emergency. You follow the money, and you will always find the truth. The question we must now ask is not if this will happen again, but how much more are you willing to pay for their betrayal? How much more of your country are you willing to see sold off before you say enough is enough? The time for quiet anger is over. It's time to make our voices heard. Share this story. Make sure everyone you know understands the scale of this crime, and subscribe because we will not stop exposing the truth.